Hello, Bigfoot enthusiast. Scott here from Blue Mountain Bigfoot Research.
And Hannah from the Paddy Wagon.
And today we have a brand new studio.
Woo! It's true.
Yeah, I know.
It's true.
I know. You want to tell them about the studio?
Well, it's too bad. You should probably just lift up your, I don't know, can you lift up your camera?
No.
No. Okay, so Scott has spent all this week. So after last week, so last Thursday, of course, we had that fabulously entertaining show, probably more entertaining to us than it was to you, with Dale and Denise LeBeck. It was our last show in Millinocket. Well, the next day we packed up, and the Paddy Wagon was once again on the road, and we made it as far as Bangor. 70 miles to the south.
Yeah.
But that was by design because we were actually parked in Dale and Denise's front yard where we have
It was an undisclosed location.
It was an undisclosed location in a neighborhood in Bangor.
In a neighborhood in Bangor.
Anyway, we are not squatching this week. What we have been doing is waiting for
stuff
from Amazon.
I'll tell
you wanted me to tell the story, so you let me tell the story. Oh my gosh. Anyway. And so one of the things that we've been doing here is, well, Scott's been doing is ripping out the whole slide out portion of our trailer, which was the dinette. Now, we had ripped out the sofa earlier and put in his little workstation and studio, but it wasn't very functional. It was just a big plastic table with things piled up on it, and we didn't have enough storage, and I was doing all of my work, my coaching work out of the dinette, and so all of my stuff was in bags and boxes and stacked up, and it was a mess. And then when we did these shows, we were scrunched into the dinette, as you do recall.
Yeah.
So this week he tore everything out and built us a beautiful, literally gorgeous 13-foot workstation with a dinette built in and storage everywhere, and it is just beautiful. I'll be putting up a Facebook story or something on my Facebook page to show you the before and afters.
Bigfoot Research. We might do a video. We could do a video and throw it up on here too, just for fun, a little short one.
A little photo montage.
Let's see.
So, hi Dale. You're supposed to be wait.
He's at work. But hi Craig. I finished in Alaska for 12 years. Fished in Alaska, and some guys who pronounced it Bangor.
Bangor. You know, we've heard that, but locals here say Bangor. They say Bangor.
Or they say Banga.
Banga.
I live in Banga. It's the East Coast, vernacular. It's just like most. If you ever go to Maine, you'll find out that the names of places here are unpronounceable.
If you're from the West, absolutely.
Yeah, it is crazy.
There was that one place that we were trying to figure. I called it Mattawawa. I couldn't say it, and it's something. I can't remember. If I hear it, I can say it. And
Madawaska?
Madawaska?
Madawaska? I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
So a lot of these words are just Native American terms that they kept from, eons. So, but yeah, they're like this long, and it's like they were picking letters out of a basket, just making up words. And
like you do when you know you're losing Scrabble.
Yeah, yeah, it's just crazy.
But Bangor is weird because if I hear bangers, I want to have bangers and mash.
Yeah, so
which is sausage.
A lot of them say Bangor or Banga.
But
so
anyway.
Yeah, it's great. It's a lovely little town. Love it here. But we're going to be here for
a few more days.
And then we head to
Sturbridge, Massachusetts, and then we're going to head over to Pennsylvania for a few days, and then go west, young man. And then we can get back into squatching. We
hope. So
it's been such a year.
It has.
Anyway,
it's been crazy. But so today, in honor of Halloween, we got to go visit something I didn't know that was in Bangor, and it's this Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we got to go visit Stephen King's house. Stephen wasn't home and the security guards, so we didn't try to climb the fence. But there it is. There's us in front of Stephen King's house.
You picked the worst picture possible.
The best picture.
You picked the worst one.
No, look at us pointing at Stephen King's house. So yeah, we got to go visit Stephen King.
The thing goes about a mile back.
It really does. It's humongous. And actually, I think he owns... Dale was telling me he owns the house next door to it also. And the house next door is where he has his like writing school or something that he does. And I guess he dug a tunnel underneath the ground from his house to the other house, and so he doesn't have to go outside to get to it, because while we were there for about an hour. Oh no, not an hour, 10 minutes, and like I must have been
20 tourists.
Yeah, 20 tourists pulled up and saw his house and then taking pictures and stuff. So that's it. There it is, Stephen King's house in honor of Halloween. So if you want to throw in the chat, what's your favorite Stephen King novel? Mine is Carrie.
You're so creepy.
I am. Well, so is Stephen King.
Well, yes. Actually, as far as Stephen King stuff goes, my favorite, there were 3 of his short stories that were turned into a movie called Cat's Eye. Does anyone remember Cat's Eye? And in these three, they were definitely horror shorts, but in each one of them, it featured the same cat. So they were related by a cat, and that's always exciting to me, of course. But my favorite Stephen King story of all time was, he published it under his pseudonym, Richard Bachman, and it was Thinner. Now, you want to get scared of losing weight? Read that book. That is terrifying. And I think they made a movie out of it, but I never watched the movie. I've just read it multiple times. As a creepy gypsy woman. Did they make a movie out of it?
They might have. Something just dawned on me. And was it something about how... No, I think that was something else. That was for Stop Smoking.
What?
No, I think that was an Orson...
No, in the in one of the Cat's Eye mini, because the Cat's Eye was made up of 3 novelettes, and one of them was about, I think it was called The Clinic, and it was about a stop smoking clinic, and every time someone fell off the bandwagon, Dale, every time someone went to that clinic to stop smoking and they failed, they cut off a finger of their spouse. So yeah, creepy.
That was creepy. Okay, so. Anywho, so that was our fun times today. We got to go see Stephen King, and we got to go get propane. Yay. Anyway, so...
Well, aren't you just, what's his name?
I don't know.
The King of the Hill guy?
Oh. I just forgot. Oh my gosh. Hank Hill.
Hank Hill.
I know.
You just saw Hank Hill in it.
I was. I got to go get some propane and propane accessories today.
Did you sing the propane song?
I did not sing. No, I did not sing the propane song today. But I'm glad to find that it was $1 cheaper 70 miles away. Really, we paid $1 more a gallon for propane just 70 miles north of here. It's crazy. Small towns, they got you if you're the only propane place in town. So that's pretty interesting.
All right. So we have squandered 10 minutes of our time. Yeah. Of their time. That's 10 minutes they will never get back.
I know. Sorry. Not sorry. No. Anyway, so here we go.
Rebrand is well underway.
The rebrand is well underway.
Guess what I was doing right before we started the show? You tell them.
It was lovely. She's working on the new website. It's almost done. So Hannah's...
Oh, that's optimistic.
Yeah. So for future reference, in case you don't know, we've worked out a plan in the future here. Unbeknownst to Hannah, this is my plan. No, actually, we've talked about it.
I doubt that. He probably thinks about. Okay, go ahead.
So, we're going to stick to what we're good at. So I'm going to get back into, thank goodness, finally I'm not working 400 hours a week. So
well, you will next week.
Yeah, I will next week, but thank goodness we're going to get back on the road and I can get back to editing video. So we're going to be able to do some more interviews, thank goodness, and talk to people about Bigfoot. And I can get my videos going again, hopefully get the footprint varieties back up where we can do that. I haven't been able to do it all summer because of, this year, 2020 sucks. Okay, so.
I saw a great mask the other day and it said 2020 sucks all over it.
It does, yeah. So hopefully life will get back to normal here shortly. If I have to kick it, I'm going to put it back into normal. I don't know. It just, I'm to the point of, okay, this needs to be over. So anyway, so we're going to get back to doing some interviews, shooting some videos, doing some editing, and that's going to be my job again. And Hannah is our resident super secretary, so she's going to be handling the websites and the emails and all that stuff because she's a lot better typist than me.
I need to be paid way more for that than you're paying me.
I know, because she can speak Englishes. I don't do Englishes very well.
And I'm learning WordPress. Ooh.
Yeah,
so I'm actually working on 2 websites right now.
I know, and we're switching over website companies, and
that's a pain in the neck.
And I'm going to be working on getting some logo and branding stuff done, and
we will get our store up so that you can buy your brand new Squatch America merch.
Yay! And keep us in the way we want to become accustomed.
And in case you're curious, there will be links, of course, on Squatch America, but my website is, I haven't done an official launch of it, but my website, hannahvilet.com, is live, and it will have merch as well. And that's actually going to be home of Adventures in the Paddy Wagon. But I will link it all, of course, on Squatch America, so you can get it at either site. But anyway.
There we go. So that housekeeping done. All right, so let's get into this. As you see in the opening logo, it says Bigfoot BS. And we all know.
Can I say that out loud?
Yes, you can. BS. No, you can't see. Well, you can if you want us to get us.
According to COPPA, we're an adult show.
What? Anyway.
According to COPPA, we're not for children, so we can swear. All right.
So we can. So we're going to talk about a little bit about Bigfoot BS. So I'm going to make this a little bigger here. All right.
All right.
So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this happens a lot, and there are some of my earlier videos on YouTube that I posted and was asking people opinions about certain photos that people sent me, and I'm like, oh, I'm so excited, this person sent me this video or this photo, and I'm not sure about it, and I've never in my life have I received a video or a picture of anything that I haven't, due to my scientific background and the way I do things, is I've never said, well, look, I got a photo of a Bigfoot and that's it, because you don't know what you don't know. And that was one of the biggest things I learned in college, and especially in my anthropology classes, was there's a lot of stuff I did not know that I did not know. And I think people who, and I don't want to say this like I'm denigrating anybody who hasn't went to college, because college isn't the end-all be-all of everything.
No, it is definitely not. And that's after 3 master's degrees. College is not the end-all be-all. Sorry.
Because life experience can take you way far. And so that's one thing. But that's one thing I learned in college was I did not know what I did not know. And if you can understand what I mean by that, is in education, there's some things that life experience will give you, but others' life experience might have took a different path, and there's stuff that they learned that you didn't. And if you go to other people's experiences and learn from that, like in books and stuff like that, you get other experiences that gives you a broader perspective of the information that you get. If I made any sense whatsoever. Anyway, so
I have no idea what you just said.
All right, neither do I. So
basically, you're saying that to actually learn, you've got to expose yourself to lots of people with lots of experience, and you're not all going to get it in classroom, because classrooms, of course, have an agenda of what they want you to learn.
But I'm also saying sometimes in classrooms, they've got decades and decades and decades of experience from people that they share with you, so you're able to reach back into the past and say, oh, they made this mistake, they made that mistake. You know, it's not modern information. You can get old information, and you can actually grow from knowing what they didn't know then, basically, and what the conjectures were back then. It's like that whole family tree looking for the missing link. That thing's, you're never going to find a missing link, because there is no missing link, because that's not the way evolution worked.
Well, I don't know. I know some people that we could probably consider it the missing link. Yeah. You know them too. You know exactly who I'm talking about, don't you?
So
that one
person, that caveman. Anyway, so here's the deal. Here's what I wanted to talk about. I've got some videos in the past archives, and just about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I got a comment, and I do read all the comments. I may not answer all the comments on.
I guess that's my job too.
On these YouTube channels, on my YouTube channel, but I do read them. And you know, I see I see all the great comments. I see all the troll comments, and I love them all. So that's great. But somebody did a comment, and it could have been construed as a troll comment on a video I did. And they said, this is BS, and it should not have been on YouTube. And you know what? I agree and disagree with that. One, I put it up there because it's something I didn't know. But that was probably a year ago when I did that, or 2 years ago when I did that video.
Which one was it? Now I'm curious.
No, we're going to get to it.
Oh, okay. Yay!
Yeah, so anyway, so that got me to thinking about, there's a lot of stuff that I've learned in the past few years being the Bigfoot guy and having people send me stuff almost on a daily basis. I mean, we get reports all the time, and I love them because that's what's driving us to do what we're doing.
And guess what, Craig, on the new website, as soon as it goes as soon as it goes live in another week or so, the reporting form is much easier to get to.
It is. It's much easier to get to. It's right there in the front. So that's one of the things we learned. We learned things.
Yes, we did.
So what I want to say is we get photos all the time. And I start to see patterns now. And I've got educated. So this video I put up, we'll get to this and that in a minute, but I want to show you some photos. There is this photo right here. Everybody's seen this photo. There's a whole bunch of people send this photo, and this is a very photographic Bigfoot. Because photogenic, because here
he's all over the place.
This is, you can actually buy the stock photo. If you notice the from iStock, you can buy that stock photo from iStock. You can look in his eyes and tell it's a mask, right? And here's this photo and this photo. Look at those eyes.
That's Daryl's albino cousin.
And that photo. And there's even a photo of him dragging a person away. Ah! Does anybody hear about that in the news? Man drug away, and actually his buddy took a photo of it. You probably didn't hear that in the news.
Probably not.
So
I love how, as Bigfoot's dragging him away, him is just perfectly posed in front of the camera.
It is. It's
very gorgeous, nicely done.
Very nicely done. So here's my point. You have no idea how many times people have found this on the internet, this photo, and sent it to me and told me my brother's cousin's neighbor's next best friend, mailman got this photo and sent it to me. and I wanted to make sure you got it because this is a real Bigfoot. You know, so what I'm saying, I don't know, is this guy here. I get this photo quite often. Look at that. It's a girl Bigfoot. Okay.
She's about ready to pop a baby Bigfoot.
And maybe. Looks like a pregnant girl Bigfoot.
I was gonna say, man, her girls are awfully swollen.
I've got that photo. Ooh, look at this photo. There's me about 100 pounds ago, but
I didn't even recognize you.
Look at that Bigfoot in the background. Look familiar?
That was in our basement.
What? That's not in our basement.
Oh.
Do you remember that Bigfoot? I got a picture with that Bigfoot right there. And people send me this photo and say, I saw Bigfoot today, and this is the photo I got. And sometimes they make it a little blurry, and sometimes they shake the camera while they're taking the picture. But there's that Bigfoot right there. Where is it, honey? You took that picture, so where is it? Yes, you did. Where was it?
I don't know. It's not in our basement.
Nope.
Don't know. I don't remember. Where is that?
In Newport, Oregon, there's a wax museum.
Oh, that's
this is in the wax museum in Newport, Oregon.
That was when our daughter got married.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that Bigfoot's in the wax museum.
So that would have been in 2010.
Yep.
Holy man.
So moving along, I want to show you this. If you see this Bigfoot around a lot, because this is the most prevalent Bigfoot costume that you can buy on Amazon.
This is what he would look like if he starred in the movie Scream.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the creepiest Bigfoot costume out there.
It kind of is, yes. And trust me, I know what this Bigfoot costume looks like. We actually bought one of the costumes. We had it stuffed in our basement.
How many do we have?
Fun.
1, 2, 3.
Actually, you got 3 of them. And
By the way,
we also use them for our Bigfoot festival.
1R, welcome to our show. 1R. I don't think I've seen you on our chat before, but who knows? He says, "Are you kidding me? There are more wrinkles in that suit than a Shar-Pei." Who would really believe that trash? You would.
You would be surprised.
I am just not going to say anything at this point.
Yep. Welcome to the show.
What people believe.
Oh, wow. So just pay attention to this. If you see photos of this Bigfoot, like I said, the most prevalent Bigfoot costume you can buy on Amazon. I actually own 2 of them that we use for our Bigfoot festival and for like display and stuff for fun. So here's another photo. Now this photo I have got, I would have to say a half a dozen times, 6, maybe 7 times. People have sent it to me. I had one guy, I was at a Bigfoot festival, come to my booth, and he pulls this up on his phone, and he goes, my great-grandfather, or my grandfather was living with a family of these, and this is the only photo he took, because he didn't want to identify where he was or what was going on, but this is it. And he showed me this photo on his phone. And I give him my card and said, send that to me. It's really, really interesting. It's really, really interesting to me that this is readily on the internet. This may have been an original Bigfoot photo somewhere. But
the foot is pretty convincing.
But who knows?
Look at that. The foot straight up and down.
Because I've got this 7 times from 7 different people with 7 different stories. So it's throwing this evidence right out the window because I can't really count it now. So here's my favorite one. And this is the one that you'll find a video somewhere back in time in our playlist that I posted that somebody sent me this photo. And what was really interesting is the gal that sent it to me was somebody I knew personally. And they worked for the Forest Service in New Mexico. So I thought, interesting. And her story was that someone from the Forest Service gave it to her, and she knew I was the Bigfoot guy, so she sent it to me. Now, whether she got duped, more than likely that's what happened, because I don't think she would maliciously do that because I knew her.
Are you talking about who I think you're talking about?
What? She was in a play with us?
Yes.
Yeah.
Our Forest Service friend and maker?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah. So, she sent me this photo. So I looked at this photo really closely, and I did a video on it, and I put it out there and said, hey, what do people think? Are there Bigfoot in New Mexico? And I put up the video. But if you look really closely, I'll make it small again here, and zoom in on that picture, and look at the dimensions of, and the color.
Dang, that's creepy.
Does that look familiar? And this is another one I've got probably 4 times from people sending me, and 4 different stories. You know, my Aunt May was out driving in the desert and took this photo, and then this one's been from New Mexico, it's been from Washington State, it's been from Idaho, and it's been from Montana that I know of. Stories.
He sure gets around.
He gets around. So, but it's the same photo. People just find it, an obscure photo on the internet, and send it to me. So I want you to,
so obscure anymore now.
Yeah, so look at this one here. This one's really interesting.
Because he looks like he's wearing a cowboy hat.
This is probably the most prevalent cutout you can find.
Got a serious goatee happening there, man. He's got.
I know, he's got the goatee.
Pete, you got your goatee, man.
Yeah. Yep.
And a little boy cowboy hat.
So anyway, this right here, this is a cutout, and of course we've seen this cutout everywhere. So a lot of times I'll get photos of this cutout. Now, one of the crazy things is, if anybody remember this is a photo that was going around the internet and got a lot of traction last summer or last winter, and it was from a Washington State traffic cam, you know, the cameras they have on the roads, and somebody said, ooh, there's a Bigfoot, and it was caught on a DOT, Department of Transportation camera, so this has got to be real. And if you zoom in on it, that's what you see. Interesting, huh? I've got this one sent to me, oh gosh, 100 times, I'm sure. I mean, I was getting emails when this first came out. I was getting emails like 20, 30 a day of people sending me this photo.
And tagging us on Facebook. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm tagging us on Facebook with this photo. Oh my gosh, it's real, blah, blah, blah. So if you look really closely at this photo, and then we back up to that cutout, and then we look at the photo, then we look at the cutout, something looks real familiar. It's not exact, but very familiar. But what's really interesting is if you took 5 minutes to go to the DOT cameras and look really closely, the next day it's gone. Actually, it stood there in that position by the tree a whole lot of times for what?
A few days.
A few days. So a Bigfoot stood next to a tree in the exact same position for several days. So it's still there. If you look, it's still there. But if you also see something in the snow, that's very interesting now, isn't it? This is like 4 days later. Because when it first came out, I found the camera, because you can go to these cameras that are on the internet, and you can look at them. So it was there for days. And if you look closely at the snow, there's snowmobile tracks running to it and away from it. So, very, very interesting. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. This guy here.
So what was the one that the guy said this is BS and it should not be on YouTube?
Oh, that was the. I have to flip through them because I can't jump to them with this program. That was this one.
Oh. So
this one right here.
I have a little bit of a problem with what he says, though.
Why?
That's BS, and this shouldn't be on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Rational people in our audience. That ruffles me a little bit wrong, because you know what? Our Constitution provides for freedom of speech. It doesn't say idiots shouldn't speak. Or no, it doesn't say idiots can't speak. Everyone has the right to say what they want. I mean, so it is BS. There's an awful lot of BS on media.
There is.
And hopefully we're all educated and rational enough to be able to piece out what is actual truth and what is fake. I'm not going to add the next word to that. But what is real and what's BS.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if YouTube and other platforms, and if our nation is going to support free speech, we need to support free speech, and we've got to give room for people who are not speaking the truth to keep speaking until they choke themselves on their words.
Exactly. So
I'm sorry. So I don't agree with the whole BS part. This shouldn't be on YouTube. Anyone can put anything on there.
And if you watch all my videos, when I get these photos and I put them out there, and there's some I've put up on my Facebook page,
your YouTube,
and
your channel,
my YouTube channel, and my Facebook page, and on Twitter, that I post some of the photos that people send it to me that I'm not sure of. I just look at them and go, A lot of times I will click on the photo and then have Google scan it and search the internet for it, and a lot of times that's, oh, there it is, there and there and there and there and there and there. So a lot of those I can find really readily, and other ones are pictures of cutouts that people have taken in the woods, and there might be fresh photos that aren't on the internet. That takes me a while to discern what they really are, and some of them I don't even know what they really are. So those are the ones, if you notice, I'll do posts on Facebook, or I'll do a YouTube video on it and say, what do you think? And if you notice, every one of my photos is that way. Every one of my videos is like, okay, I'm going to put this out here, but I can't prove this, so I'm not going to say that's Squatch. So even the photo that I took, even the video of the photo that I took, that where I saw the Sasquatch face to face, and I have to agree with Craig's wife, who, when Craig posted here, is their face is a lot more human than what these masks are. They are a lot more human. The one I literally saw with my own eyes and got photos of, even that video I posted, that's like, you decide, because I can't flip and prove it, because it's just me saying this is what I saw. And I got a photo of it, but it's a blurry photo because it was a long ways away and I had seconds.
And because Bigfoots are blurry.
Yeah, and Bigfoots are blurry to a camera. But anyway.
I wonder if their fur has like the light scattering quality.
You know, I've heard that.
Have you? I thought I made it up. Oh, no, I thought I was being all smart and stuff.
I literally heard that their fur has light scattering property, and that's why you can't take a clear picture of them.
Part of their camouflage.
Yeah, which is, I don't know. So with that said, even my own eyewitness, I can't make you believe me that this photo, I can't say that in your eyes that my photo isn't BS also. You see what I'm trying to go there?
Mm-hmm.
But needless to say, on the flip side of all this, I won't discount anybody's photo as not being a Bigfoot unless I can absolutely positively discount it, unless there is a whole bunch of evidence showing me that there's no possible way a human could have done that. if you know what I'm trying to say. Like the Bigfoot up against the tree for 3 days in a known position of most cutouts are cut out, and snowmobile tracks leading to and from the tree, that's pretty obvious that I'll give it a 99.9% hoax on that one. This photo you're looking at here, I can't say that that's not an absolute, not a Bigfoot, but I can tell you the evidence points pretty clearly that that's a pretty fair match of that costume. I mean, the face length and the color sure looks that way to me. So that one's another one I'll give a 99.9% chance that that's a fake. And plus, not being able to get the real story on the photo, not my uncle's cousin, brother's wife's best friend's dog bit a guy who saw that photo from this other guy.
What about people who have the audacity to bring you an in-person hoaxy report?
Like what?
Like going up to that reservoir, the footprints in the riverbed, in the creek bed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's another one. But that I'm not sure if it was purposely hoaxed or if it was a mistaken identity thing. But I did have a young man take me to a riverbed where there were these footprints all up and down it. And one, they were 9-inch footprints, which there could be a baby Bigfoot. I've got a 9-inch Bigfoot footprint. But two, they were human footprints, and I know the difference.
It was an Egyptian style foot.
It was a classic Egyptian style.
Which is the pretty foot, unlike the Flintstone feet like I have. So, Gordon, Happy Two Bear says, New Tech digital imaging is not the best for capturing distance detail because of the inherent pixeling. We progressed ourselves backwards in that respect.
I agree.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start slapping some film and cameras again.
Yeah. And then, hey, son, nice to see ya. That kind of goes both ways when it comes down to photos and videos. They can neither be concluded fake or real either way. That's very true.
That's very, very true.
Kind of like your picture up at the campground with the bear behind you. People could argue about it all day on both sides.
That's so true. So, yeah, exactly.
And we have been known ourselves to set up some pretty awesome shots, just for fun and entertainment purposes only.
Of what? Not of Bigfoot.
No, not of Bigfoot. No. Other things.
Other things.
Yes.
But.
So, anyway, well, honey, you've got 20 more minutes of their time to squander.
Okay.
Is there anything that they will leave screaming, oh, my eyes, what I have seen I can never unsee, or?
Oh, maybe. So, was there a photo you mentioned earlier? Let's see if I can find it.
No, I don't know. I have no idea what he's talking about. And I'm really tired tonight, I have to say. My apologies. I'm just tired.
Oh, here's one.
Oh, that was great. Okay. This one caused quite a bit of ruckus, didn't it?
It did. I've got a ruckus photo. I forgot to add this one in, and I will add it in right now.
It even creeped me out when we got it.
So this might be all weird looking. Boom. There we go. So this photo right here is kind of scary. Does that or does not look like a hand?
In bad need of a good manicure.
That was severed. All right.
That's the creepiest part. I just kind of got threw up a little bit in my mouth when I first saw that.
Okay.
I felt sorry for the creature.
So this one came to me through a Bigfoot group of a bunch of gentlemen that I know personally, that
good people,
good Sasquatchers, and they got it from someone who said they took this photo themselves, and so they sent it around to get opinions from other Sasquatchers, and I'm fully glad they did, and I love it when we collab on a lot of stuff. So, and just like if I ever get a decent photo, I'll send it to other people and say, hey, what do you think of this? So that looks a lot like a severed Bigfoot's hand. But there's some things lacking in there that's kind of scary. Is one, we don't have any type of scale. So we can't tell, is this, I got it this big?
Well, I suppose you could use the length
or is it this big?
You could use the length of the grass.
But how long is the grass? I think there's a leaf there. We could go by that, but that's really interesting. But some of the things in there are very, very interesting to me as an anthropologist and studying bone structure. It's not shaped right for a primate hand.
It's like the fingers are going out and weird.
It's like the bones aren't in the right place. The thumb is not opposing, which a lot of people say Bigfoot does not have an opposing thumb.
That doesn't make any sense.
But they do have an opposing thumb, but they have a directional thumb. So our thumb kind of naturally goes forward in a forward position, if I can get my hand right here. So theirs are more straight, like a primate, but it is opposing, so they can still touch their fingers. This one here looks like you can't touch it because of the way the bone structure is. So what this actually is, for further reference for all you guys out there, this is the hind foot of a beaver.
That got stuck in a trap, so knock that off.
So anyway, this is the hind foot of a beaver. It looks a lot like a Bigfoot hand. So
I actually didn't realize that beaver were that big. They're pretty big.
They're pretty big animals. I mean, they really are. But so
let's stop the whole trapping nonsense, because look how cruel that is. Sorry, that's my little thing.
How do you know they cut it off?
Because it got ripped up. Why wouldn't you? It looks like it was ripped off.
Anyway, so here's the deal. That's actually a foot of a beaver. So if you get photos if you see a photo like this, say, hey, I got a photo of a Bigfoot hand. And I actually was able to do the whole Google scan it and look at the internet, and I found this exact photo saying it was from somebody else from somewhere else. So that was one. So as I search my photo library here for some other stuff, oops, there was another photo I wanted to look up.
Am I supposed to entertain everyone?
You're supposed to do a song and dance for a moment.
So we went to a music store the other day. Was that here in Bangor? Yes, it was. Yes, we went to a music store the other day to pick up some accordion music, because I'm going to eventually learn to play the accordion. And there was a big Kawhi grand piano in there, and I sat down just to see if it was in tune, which I hate to say it wasn't, but whatever. And Scott says, well, play something. I went, what? Well, play a song. I don't know a song. What? You know every song on the planet. But I don't know when to play right now. So you're asking me to do a song and dance. Just call me angel of the morning, angel. That's all I got in my head right now. So are you any closer to finding a picture?
I am looking profusely. Okay,
you left the beaver foot up, by the way.
I know, I'm changing it right now.
Oh, okay.
So,
woo. I don't see much of a difference there.
Okay, so This is actually a photo that was done on a TV show. Oh gosh, I forgot what it was, but it was actually, they had this Irish gal was the narrator in it. It was really interesting, and I think it was a UK show. But what they did, because we talked about this earlier, was in the chat about how human the face looks. And I've seen a lot of Bigfoot photos. I've seen that one, that the photo I took myself, I saw that face. And what they did with this photo here, this was like a artist rendition of descriptions taken from a whole lot of people who said they saw Bigfoot. In other words, it's like a forensic sketch, but not from one person, from a whole lot of people giving their input.
So from this sketch suggests that Bigfoot has very deep set eyes.
Very prominent brow ridge.
Yes. Broad nose.
A broad bulbous nose.
Kind of a mustache going on there. And some nice beard action.
Yeah, and a very straight mouth area. Yes. It doesn't curve up. It's kind of straight.
Yes, they do have a majestic beard. I hope he's oiling that regularly.
Yes. I wish I could grow that beard.
Well, if you notice, everyone, he has started No Shave November a little early this year. Because he was commenting, since he's dropped the weight and is much healthier than he was even a year ago, he was showing me his legs. Said, honey, my legs are furrier. So he's thinking that he might be able to grow a more beardly beard.
More manly beard, hopefully. A more squatchy beard.
A squatchier beard.
A squatchier beard. So we're going to shoot for that.
I wonder if perhaps that since I'm getting healthier, maybe I won't have so much of a beard happening.
Yep. So anyway, this is an artist rendition, and I had to go find that show and look it up and to get this photo off their website, because I absolutely agree with this. So this is a photo taken from, I can't remember, there was like a whole lot of descriptions that people had given.
So it's a compilation.
It's a compilation of eyewitnesses accounts to get the most accurate rendition of a face of a Bigfoot they could come up with. And I think they did a really good job.
Hair's pretty coarse.
Yep.
Kind of brush-like. A fuller brush type of texture.
Right. Yeah. But what's really interesting is this rendition is a lot like the one I saw. And secondly, it's very reminiscent of a lot of Native American pictographs and masks that were done a long time ago.
You should bring up a picture of that. Is it a Tlingit mask?
Yeah, I'm going to do a whole show on it.
Oh, okay.
Or we already did a whole show.
You already did. So see if he's going to look for a mask picture. Picture? You're not going to look for that picture. Okay. Anyway, one of the masks that he uses in his kind of his Hallmark keynote address, it's an Alaskan mask that looks almost just like that. And that's the one from what, like 600 years ago?
Yeah. Let's see if I've got it. So vamp for a second, honey. I don't know where it's at.
So, my wife cited another picture on how to hunt. Okay, so we'll have to look that one up. Gordon says discernment is key. Hoaxers are becoming more sophisticated and tech is supporting them to fool even the informed at times. Oh my gosh, Gordon, you just described modern politics. Holy wow. Anyway, all right, you want me to vamp? You're gonna say, Dustin, Thanksgiving is at your grandmother's this year. Everyone needs to get the day off. He's heard now. So, and he wants to learn the hurdy-gurdy.
The hurdy-gurdy.
Yes, that's the little crank organ.
Crank organ.
You could get a monkey to do that.
Yeah.
Remember that old? Remember the old pizza place, the organ grinder, and they had the monkeys with the hurdy-gurdy in the cage, and wearing the little the bellboy caps.
Oh my gosh, I am frantically looking for.
Is the feed still going? Dale says he lost the feed. Is everything okay in there?
Yep.
All right, that's on your end. Oh, Dustin says you're only getting sound.
Really?
Did you just close everything?
No.
Because I'm frozen here. Let me refresh.
Okay. Maybe. Oh, I see it locked up. Oh, my feed's locked up. Ah.
Okay.
Okay. That's weird. Our camera froze. Oh, I think I know why.
Why? What did you do? Did you hit something? Please stay tuned. We are experiencing technical difficulties, but we'll be back with you as soon as possible. What happened?
I don't know. You're still getting audio, I can tell.
Well, they're saying they're getting audio. So
right. Our camera is.
Our $200 camera is betraying us.
Oops. Hold on. You might see some flippy stuff happening on the screen. Hold on. Hold on. This is weird.
Oh. I can sing the lamb chop song. I always have that in my head.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, you
can't. Well, should we say goodnight early?
Probably so.
All right. Well, for those of you still listening, because you're not watching, it's good because then you can't see me scratch my nose. The power button fixes everything. So would having a Mac.
Yeah.
That might fix everything too. So we're going to tell you good night. We are only 6 minutes out from saying good night anyway. So, thank you so much for watching and or listening to us as always. Thank you for all of your patience and your support and your encouragement. Please make sure to stay tuned on the YouTube channel and on all of our social media.
Oh, they are.
There's that. Stay tuned to all our social media channels for the launch of the new SquatchAmerica.com site. It should be coming within the next week. And as always, keep it squatch. Oh, wait, no. Our job is to investigate the unexplained, not to explain the uninvestigated. And so keep it squatchy and
go out and find Bigfoot.
Bye.
Good night.